Street Outlaws almost officially ended after this happened. Building cars, restoring classics, showcasing the most expensive vehicles on the market, resurrecting worn down and forgotten cars. The list of topics goes on and on for what you could see in an automotive television show. Oftentimes, the biggest draws for these shows include elements of either drama or a certain amount of risk. Usually, that risk involves some sort of perceived danger for a person on the show. However, rarely does it delve into the realm of risky in terms of the law. If you're asking yourself, how could a television show about cars tiptoe the line of legal and illegal? Then you're not in the minority. However, you're also among the group of people who have never heard of the Discovery Channel show called Street Outlaws, an automotive show that was built around the secretive world of illegal street racing. Sit back and think about it as a show producer for a minute. No one else was doing an automotive show based around illegal activities. It would spark curiosity and even a new demographic of viewers. How could this go wrong? Well, there was plenty. But before we get into that, let's take a closer look at what the show was all about and how it found its level of success. The producers at the Discovery Channel knew that this idea would be quite the undertaking and would need some skillful planning in order to keep itself within the bounds of the law. The first hurdle was actually finding a street racing community to break into that would actually be accepting of things being filmed. Understandably, many were against the idea as street racing is illegal and they didn't want to be filmed doing it. However, when they were able to break onto the scene even after filming, one of the show's cast, Joe Dominator Woods, was still skeptical. He admitted that he didn't trust the show's producers at all when they first started filming. As a matter of fact, he thought they were all part of a massive sting operation and that everyone involved would be going to jail. Obviously, that turned out not to be the case. But regardless of the various hurdles, Street Outlaws became a show and was a very big hit. With each episode, viewers were shown the various ins and outs of organizing and conducting underground street races in Oklahoma City, and would feature various racers from across the country. The star of the show is Justin Big Chief Shearer, and he runs The List, which is a tally of the 10 best street racers in the city. If a driver wants to move up a spot, he or she would have to challenge someone else who is ranked and win. There would also be some cash prizes available, raising the stakes even more. It doesn't matter who you are. There's no denying that the entire concept was very unique and had the potential for some great things. But there have been a few things over the course of the show's life that have brought its ratings and viewership down, even to the point of near cancellation. What caused these various things? Before we get into these reasons, don't forget to subscribe and give us a like to promote the channel. We are coming out with new videos all the time and would love to have you here.
This thing around, let's get it on the trailer and get the hell out of here.
Oh, crap, it's a cop.
Stick with me, bro.
All right. Oh, crap.
The show about illegal street racing never showed anything illegal. When the show first premiered, there was quite a bit of controversy surrounding it. How could one of the most successful networks on television go to film illegal activities and be okay with it? It was like they were going far past the level of complicity and into the realm of enabling things. But let common sense speak to you for just a minute. The producers at the Discovery Channel knew this very well and made sure that even though things appeared illegal, even though they were far from it. Whenever a race would go on, the crew made sure that the city knew what was happening. As a matter of fact, prior to any race, the crew would put in for a permit, which would either be denied or approved by the local officials. To keep things extra safe and legal, local police officers would often drop by to keep an eye on the races, and the roads were always shut down for the racers' private use. When you say it like that, it really does take away from that little rush of adrenaline you get from thinking things were against the law. But in reality, the activities on the show are about as far from illegal as you can get. There were organizations speaking against the show as a way to discourage illegal racing. So one side of us can admit that watching a show that is supposedly based around illegal street racing is really cool and fun. However, there's another side of us that thinks, what if people saw this and suddenly decided that they wanted to get more into street racing? Well, for those of you that did think that, you are not even close to being alone in that line of reasoning. One such example of this came in 2015, when the NHRA, or the National Hot Rod Association, issued a statement that stated that any drivers who appeared on the show would lose their license. This was especially troubling because not only did one or two of the cast have these licenses, but there were special guests who were already scheduled to appear on the show that would also be the victims of this rule. Head of Public Relations for the NHRA, Gino Eifler, defended the statement, saying that the organization wanted to prevent licensed drivers from promoting an illegal and dangerous activity. He went on to say that he hoped drivers would do the right thing. In short, this statement shows that the NHRA has absolutely zero intentions of loosening their stance on the subject.
You know, I really wanted to go help Chuck out, but I don't want to go to jail. It just ain't worth the risk.
It's that burning smell. So where's the guy you were racing?
I wasn't racing anybody, I was just racing myself, is all I was doing. This is really bad. If I get busted tonight and they impound my car, we'll have even fewer cars to race Kansas.
Viewers saw that many of the cars weren't even street legal. There's a big thing about building and customizing cars in the street racing world. It's that no matter what you work on, it needs to be something that is street legal. Honda Civics, Ford Mustangs, Dodge Chargers, it doesn't matter. As long as it runs on the road and can be driven to the site of the race, everything is good. Fans picked up on a very obvious flaw in this rule. Quite a few of the cars that were being raced looked very out of place. As a matter of fact, they were drag racers that were simply being brought in and placed on the streets. It was yet another thing that seemed to speak against the actual reality of the show. Plus, the viewers knew that there was a place for street racing, which was on the street. If you want to race dragsters, then take them to a drag strip and have at it.
Looks like a dead dog. I can't see. You.
As the show went on, there was way too much talking from the cast and not enough racing. If there is one thing that can kill a show quicker than anything, it is when people start talking too much and don't do enough of what they are supposed to do. As the various seasons of Street Outlaws went on, viewers noticed that there was more talking and drama than there used to be when the show first came on. Yes, it's reality television, and we all know that production companies want there to be a certain level of drama there, but there's a limit. Various reviews really reflect how bad this problem was. This started as a great show about street racing, but racing is less and less the major part of the show. More recent episodes are devolving into drama and petty squabbles. The rules seem to change to suit some of the racers every second episode, and the egos are going through the roof. It had a good run, but I think the show's time is done. Here's another review. It's a show about racing, yet there's way too much senseless talking about nothing. I want more details about each car like horsepower, nitrous, turbocharged, supercharged, stroker engine, and displacement. They don't even give numbers for each race, trap time and speed. Dumb show. There it is. Too much talking, not enough racing. Regardless of these various things, Street Outlaws is still on the air and is currently in the middle of its 17th season. Even though it gets its fair share of criticism, there is no doubt that the show will continue to come out with new shows. As long as some things could be done to address the various issues, the show will last for a number of years to come. Thank you so much for watching until the end of the video. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our future crusty content. We'll see you next time.